How big a deal was Dances with Wolves when you look back at it now for a career?
Well,
did it open a lot of doors, or doors
not
were
really,
already
because
open?
I mean, there's a movie I wanted to do this coming year that the director doesn't think I'm right for, that I know I'm right for, and so I don't get everything that I want. Nobody in life does.
That's probably good too, isn't it?
Well, it is. In this case, it's bad. In this case, it's really bad.
Yeah.
But that is life. That's the way it goes. And I put my money into 2 movies right now that no one really has wanted to make. So, you don't get everything you want. They want you to do the thing that's certain and sure. They know that people are going to like me in a certain kind of movie, and I like to be liked, but I also like to be involved with original stories.
Was there a single movie that you remember, the first one you ever saw, that changed your life?
Probably, How the Westers one did. I mean, I got lost in that movie as a little boy, singing Birch Bark Canoe and Jimmy Stewart and Carol Baker, and just the whole adventure of that. And I'm not surprised. I went on in my high school days. I was building canoes, and when I graduated high school, I went down all the rivers that Lewis and Clark had gone down. So, the images. Movies really should be about things that you'll never ever forget in your life. And when you can walk out of a theater and not care about the movie, not think about any part of it, then you really have, I don't want to say failed, but you really haven't tried. Because movies really have to be about something that you'll never ever forget in your life, a moment, a scene.
Were you or are you still a fan of movies and stars, movie stars?
I go to movies. I'm not a fan of stars. I'm a fan of people who do good work. But I go to the movies once a week. I don't really go to premieres. I pay my $6, $7, whatever it is, and I go and I boo at the screen, or I say that was great.
Did you have a fan? I mean, I heard that you liked Stephen McQueen. Steve was a big kind of a role model for you in a way.
Yeah. Well,
Is that true?
he's a kind of guy that did the coolest things, right? He
did.
acted the coolest and under pressure and stuff. So when you're a kid, you're always going to respond to those kind of guys. But I responded to the Spencer Tracys and the Gary Coopers and the Newmans and McQueen. So, these guys make up our film history of that traditional leading man who's kind of quiet and in the end says the right thing, does the right thing, and behaves in a way that we wish we could under great stress.
Nice talking to you again.
Thanks,
you.
Jim.
Enjoyed the movie. Thanks.
Yeah.
You working with Eastwood? Did I read that
Yeah,
somewhere?
yeah, I
What,
think
you directed? Who's directing who? He's directing you?